Welcome back to the Crypto Father channel. Today is the 17th of June. You may be wondering what the price for Tari is. I'll tell you that today, because I did find out. It's very easy to do, but if you haven't had the chance to find out just yet, I'm going to show it to you. Also, the most important thing, what are the most developed ecosystems in the crypto industry right now? That's what we're going to talk about. But first of all, we're going to jump into the market, which is looking nice and fat today, nice and juicy. Crypto market cap at $3.5 trillion with $102 billion in trading volume. And I'm saying juicy because it was at 3.3 just the other day, I think like yesterday. So despite the fact that there is an ongoing war between Iran and Israel for the fourth day in a row, I believe, things are doing quite well. You'd figure that these bastards are trying to nuke the world in order to reset the economic mess that they've created. But Bitcoin is holding its own, and maybe that's precisely why it's holding its own, because while the fiat economy is collapsing, Bitcoin and crypto are going to survive because there is a specific reason for why Bitcoin is here, why Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, why the price of Bitcoin has been going up while the price of the US dollar has been going down, devaluation versus an increase in valuation. Anyway, Bitcoin right now is standing at $108,000, Ethereum at $2,657. Even XRP is doing something good. And I don't usually talk about XRP, but today I'm going to mention it because it's in relation to Canada. Canada is launching an XRP ETF, which is good because who cares, right? Nobody's buying ETFs. Like I said it a million times before, like you already know, I am sure, ETFs are not actual cryptocurrencies that you're holding. You're just holding IOU nodes, which is the same thing as using your fiat money essentially, but without the benefit of actually being able to use it and purchase stuff with it. Solana at $157, Cardano at 65 cents, nice pump. We're still in the red side here on the 7-day. Still waiting to recover that little bit. Sui is pumping a little bit, and Litecoin is at $88, 4% pump on the 24-hour. We've almost cleared the negative from the past week. Polkadot should be doing splendidly well, but it isn't. Why isn't it? I don't know. But Polkadot is going to pump. It must. It has to. $3.98 for Polkadot right now. And a quick look at Meowcoin. Meowcoin price hasn't changed much. It is in the positive right now, but it is where it was a while ago. And I think the market cap stands at $500,000. Still, the Bitcoin chart has produced a nice, juicy daily candle, but we're still to break above the resistance line here. That's where it is. So this is on the daily. On the weekly, Bitcoin's doing LRA all right. I mean, it's not that much different from the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks essentially. We're still within the same channel between the top 0 on the Fibonacci and the 0.236 that was drawn from the previous all-time high, not the present all-time high, but from the previous all-time high to the low, and we're still within that channel. So really, this is a trend. So Bitcoin hasn't really done anything. Essentially, we've been trading sideways, and Bitcoin needs to break above this resistance here in order for us to see any significant movement and price discovery and all that stuff. On the monthly, it is a third month in a row of green. CoinDo released an article listing the best crypto ecosystems by active development, June 2025. And according to the latest data from Sentiment, Internet Computer continues to dominate blockchain development activity, posting the highest 30-day average with a score of 557.7. No idea what this score means, but when we scroll down here, the top 10 projects by development activity are Internet Computer, Chainlink, Starknet. Cardano is on the 4th place. Very nice to see. Polkadot is on the 5th place. See what I mean? Like Polkadot, there's a lot of stuff happening on Polkadot. Development continues, and so it should be in the limelight. When you look at the ecosystems that follow, there's Kusama, Optimism, Deep Book Protocol, Sui, and Ethereum. Well below ADA, below Cardano. So Cardano and DOT should be pumping, but they aren't. And the only reason why they aren't is because Ethereum is in the limelight. It's the longest existing EVM chain. It's the one that gave rise to everything, right? And all the other ones, Polkadot and Cardano, are basically derivatives of Ethereum. And so it takes them a lot more time. Ethereum doesn't really need to do anything much right now. It's just coasting on its own fame and glory, right? But over time, maybe not on this cycle, but over time, you can bet your butt if the development continues on these blockchains, these blockchains will maybe not surpass Ethereum, because that may never be possible, but they will certainly become rivals on some level. The only thing that these blockchains need is a move in capital away from Ethereum and into these blockchains, and then you're gonna see massive pumps on them. An article by CoinDesk states that JP Morgan files trademark for digital asset platform as Wall Street's crypto embrace continues. This may not come as a surprise to you that JP Morgan was an anti-crypto, anti-Bitcoin institution for a very long time. Jamie Dimon was very adamant about calling Bitcoin a pet rock, tulips, and a complete scam and all that stuff. And I've talked about this on my previous videos. I even shared the news releases in which Jamie Dimon was heard saying these things. And now, of course, the tune has changed because everybody's making money hands over fist, or at least they want to take a piece of that pie. And so now this is what's happening. So JPMD will offer services including digital asset trading, exchange payments, and issuance according to the filing. So now, after all of this, after all the pet rock calling, now they file a trademark application for a crypto-focused platform, which means it's going to be a crypto exchange. They're trying to build a crypto exchange, or at least add something of that sort to their banking system, because, like I said, he's probably really pissed at himself, because he thought that, you know, by calling crypto a scam on national television, he would have the backing by the community, by the people who would eventually push Bitcoin and everything else down into the gutter. But mistakenly so, Mr. Jamie doesn't have as much influence to influence the flow of crypto and Bitcoin prices. It just doesn't work like that. He's not that powerful of a guy. And so now a crypto JP Morgan Chase crypto exchange is coming. They aim to offer services such as trading, exchange, transfer, which is basically the things that any crypto trading exchange offers, and payment services for digital assets, as well as issuance of digital assets. So I guess they're going to be issuing stable coins for the JP Morgans. And this is something that I just saw on Twitter. I just watched the video. It was an interview between Joe Rogan and Andrew Antonopoulos. And that's another story. Andrew Antonopoulos, if you don't know who that is, I'm going to get to it in just a second. But Andrew Antonopoulos was talking about the takeover of institutions, and basically every single institution releasing its own currency. With the decline of fiat would come in the rise of institutional money. And he talked about this in 2016. And so this is what's pretty much happening right now. He already said that this was happening in 2016 at a smaller level, but right now obviously it's being advertised on a regular basis. And with the emergence of institutional investment into crypto, now you've got the likes of JP Morgan Chase and other institutional investors will probably come out of the woodshed and probably start creating their own digital digital assets in order to scoop up even more of the economy of the pie. Because I mean, the government's been printing its own money for years now, so now that things are changing significantly and the economy is falling down, and the USA continues to rack up debt to no end and print money to no end, why the heck can't institutions do the same thing? I mean, we've got Bitcoin, that's our money, people are printing their own money, so now everybody's printing their money. And I guess the value of that money will depend on how valuable that particular entity is. Why the heck not? The bank has been operating a payment-focused blockchain, and CEO Jamie Dimon said the bank will allow clients to buy Bitcoin despite his past criticism of cryptocurrencies. Now, going back to Andrew, the internet is a rather unforgiving place, and you may not know who Andreas Antonopoulos is, but Andreas is one of the very first guys that was involved in Bitcoin. He's probably one of the most outspoken people in cryptocurrencies way before Saylor even came into light, way before any of these jokers that are now the prominent people of the crypto industry, like that knobhead Kaiser, whatever his name is. Andreas has been around for a long time, probably since like close to the inception of Bitcoin, and he's been very well spoken about Bitcoin, very much involved into cryptocurrency, so much so that he's an instructor at a Greek university catering to people who would like to make a master's in blockchain. I forget the exact terminology for that particular master's, but he is one of the instructors on that panel. So Andreas Antonopoulos said that the things that are happening now would be happening. He talked about them in 2016, actually well before that. So well before 2017, the gold rush of 2017. And now you don't really see him that much, do you? Tron looks to go public in the US. Mr. Sun is trying to invade. China is invading the USA. So there's going to be another IPO offering from Tron, probably. And it looks like the Trump family is full on supporting him. The Coin Republic released an article with a picture of Justin Sun and one of the Trump fellas here, Eric Trump. Justin Sun's Tron to go public with Eric Trump likely on board. There's still a dispute on whether that's actually accurate info or not, but this is the most recent article that occurred past the other ones that were refuting Eric Trump's involvement with Tron, and it seems to be on the money. Justin Sun's Tron and SRM Entertainment entered a securities purchase agreement to build a Tron strategic reserve. The entities have announced a reserve merger to rename the firm as Tron Incorporated, boosting adoption and TRX price. Eric Trump is likely to take a role at the new company to deal, as the deal was orchestrated by Dominari Securities. Trump media cleared for potential $2.5 billion Bitcoin purchase after receiving green light from SEC. Another massive investment quite possibly coming pretty soon. President Trump's media company has been given the green light by the US Securities and Exchange Commission to invest its treasury holdings in Bitcoin. How they're going to invest it is another story. Where are they going to acquire it? I assume that Trump is going to want to do it the cheapest way possible, right? They're taking it a little bit further, though. President Trump's Truth Social files with SEC for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. A company backed by the President of the United States has filed with the US Securities and Exchange Commission for a joint Bitcoin and Ethereum exchange traded fund, according to a new S1 filing with the SEC. President Trump's Truth Social, a social media network, has filed for a new Bitcoin ETF for Bitcoin ETH ETF. Singapore-based company to allocate $12 million to Bitcoin reserves. Another company piling in, Davis Commodities Limited, a leading Singapore-based agricultural trader. Like, what business do they have in Bitcoin? So bizarre. But that's what companies are doing now. Is set to allocate $12 million into Bitcoin as part of a broader strategic shift into digital finance. Big breaking news. Canada approves first XRP spot ETF, set to debut June 18th, which is just a couple of days ago. It's literally one day away from today here in Korea, because today it's the 17th here. So we're looking at quite possibly seeing Canada approve its first XRP. Why would you choose XRP though? I don't understand. Anyway, Canada has not been very crypto friendly thus far, and there is certainly anti-Bitcoin, which is very strange to see them approve XRP. Somebody's been paid off. Some of these cronies in the legislative building in Ottawa have been pocketed a bunch of money, and so now they're approving it. A big moment for crypto world has arrived. Purpose Investment Incorporated has officially secured the final go-ahead for its Purpose XRP ETF, clearing the way for the fund to launch this week on the Toronto Stock Exchange. The ETF will start trading on Wednesday, June 18th, under the ticker symbol XRPP, a little PP. This makes it the first spot XRP ETF in Canada, giving investors a simple, regulated way to gain direct exposure to XRP. I hope nobody buys that garbage. Justin Sun triggers 647% stock rally as billionaire reportedly geared up to take Tron public with IPO. It's happening, and if it's not happening, the announcement caused it to spike, and maybe that's all it needs. One single tweet from a dude will get people going. Everybody wants to get a piece of that pie. Coinbase sponsorship of Trump's army parade triggers nationwide backlash and sell-offs. I'm sure you've seen the memes on Twitter of the parades in North Korea or China looking like they've been molded from the same mold. All the women marching in unison and all the men and tanks, actually not even tanks, but just the soldiers footing it away along the concrete slabs on the ground, while the US Army was looking a bit, at least in the videos that were presented, were looking a bit ragged. Coinbase right now apparently has been linked to the US Army, which is not great. I mean, you know, for the longest time, we knew that the army or the dollar was backed by military, and now the military is backed by cryptocurrencies, or vice versa. Military backs cryptocurrencies. So it's not great. The only thing that I guess this is meant to be, because America is such a military-driven nation, this will bring a lot more exposure, and the hillbillies scoured along the prairies, the American prairies with their shotguns and rifles are going to get a whiff of cryptocurrencies and maybe begin to invest their sock savings and mattress savings and start putting it into Bitcoin rather than keeping it in those places. Probably safer to do that than running the risk of the raccoons stealing it from them and digging it up. Spot Bitcoin ETFs now make up 25% of global Bitcoin trading volume. That is massive. That is a quarter of trading volume, which everybody, I mean, when Bitcoin ETFs were released this year, I guess sometime earlier, nobody expected this to happen, and certainly people were jaded that the pump that eventually followed didn't happen immediately. And so I think that a lot of the institutions that are piling in right now, this is going to cause a massive spike in cryptocurrencies over time. Maybe not even this year, maybe not even in this bull run. It might be in 2029. Kathy Woods still believes that Bitcoin, it is possible for Bitcoin to go to $1.5 million within the next 5 years. So the outlandish predictions of Bitcoin to $1 million are still here. Actually, they're actually a little bit higher than $1 million. So things are beginning to happen in the crypto world that have never happened before. And with the continuation of announcements of institutional investors coming in on board left and right, I myself am beginning to wonder whether this cycle is going to continue the way that it has in the past with the 4-year cycles and the bear and bull markets. Because right now, a lot of the institutional investors that are coming in, they may not be here to sell. They may not be here to dump Bitcoin as it has been dumped in the past. And with that, other whales will probably follow suit, because when they see all that money flowing in, they will not be willing to dump their stash of Bitcoin on retail for fears that Bitcoin may not actually go down as far, may not retrace the 80 or even 70% that it used to during times of the bear market. And so that could cause a completely different scenario for the crypto world indeed. But I still believe deep inside that the bear market will come, caused by one event or the other, and we're going to see prices tumble, maybe not by 80%, definitely not by 90%, but because the market cap is just too big right now, I think. So we might see drops of 50, 40, 50, maybe 60%, maybe even 70%. But I think, at least for Bitcoin, altcoins will go down to zero. Altcoins will tumble 90%, no questions. But Bitcoin, I think, may stay safer. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about before I close off, Tari. This is one of the thumbnails that I posted up. So Tari, let me just show you. Tari has been doing some fantastic things. If you don't mind Tari, then I think I have a link below the video somewhere. Check it out. Start mining Tari. If you are wondering what the price of Tari is, you can, on your miner right here, you go to the tab that says buy Tari. I mean, you can check it out on the exchanges. There are a couple of exchanges I think that it's listed on. It's listed on, I think, 3 exchanges. And then anyway, you go here and then you type in, you change this ticker to USD, and then over here you type in your 1 Tari, and then you wait a couple of seconds and you get the price of 0.022 cents for Tari. So this is how much your Tari is worth, 2 cents per Tari. So I've been mining it for over a year right now, and the amount that I mined is worth about $33 right now. Granted, my pre-mined gems are still locked up there. They'll be released or converted into Tari over the next, I don't know, 5 months or so. So we'll see where that goes. But this is the price of Tari right now. So I hope that you were able to scrounge up a lot more of Tari than I have over the past few months. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I guess we're going to see. If Tari does pump for some strange reason, it's listed on like 3 exchanges and I can't remember where I saw the tab. You can bridge Tari. Why would you bridge Tari? I'm not exactly sure, but it's listed on 3 exchanges. Oh, buy Tari. Okay, so it's Buyconomy, XT, or CoinX. That's where you can buy Tari, and I assume that this is going to be the price tag for them. I don't even know what the exchanges are. Buyconomy. Let's have a look. Yeah, Buyconomy right here. XTM. Okay, so the ticker for Tari is XTM. So here you got XTM USDT 223 cents, and it dropped 11.5%. Let's have a quick look at the chart out of interest. This is the Tari chart. Chart for Tari is not looking all that fantastic. This is the 5-minute chart. Let's put it on a day, on the daily. It had a pump. What is that? Pump to almost $1, or maybe that's where it was released. It was released at $1, and of course the liquidity was scooped out, sold off, and here's where we are. So I don't know who sold it off. I mean, if I had that 4 million gems converted into whatever equivalent of Tari it is, that's the amount I would have gotten probably for $1, but right now it's 2 cents. So as it goes with all projects, start high, end up low, and then hope for the best over the next while. And with the listing, increased number of listings, hopefully the price of Tari will increase, as well as its usability, because there's a lot of people who believe that, you know, what's the point of Tari when we've got Monero? And with that, I will conclude this video. Make sure to smash the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel. Do pick up a Descent wallet right here. Descent are having a giveaway right now. There is a promotion going on, so check that out. I've got a video on that as well, so check that out. Scoop up some free crypto as well as some NFTs. And also, if you buy Descent right now, if you get it right now with the ref link from the Crypto Father channel, you can get a $30 discount on a single copy. Where's my wallet? On a single copy of the wallet, if you purchase one, you get a $30 discount, which is a little $10 cheaper than you would get on their website. And then if you buy 2 of them, you get a $33 discount, which is even better. Like seriously, the deal for buying a bundle copy or bundle of these is even better than buying a single one, simply because it's true. You get a better deal buying bulk. That's always the case. Buy a biometric wallet from Descent, store your crypto on that, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and come back tomorrow. Man, today is only Tuesday. Monday was a long day. Have a good Tuesday. I'll see you on Wednesday. Peace.